Hey, this is Steven Speck, one of the managing partners here at Prospective Capital. Every week, I'm going to put together a 10 or 15 minute video and talk about your finances, your money, how to get that stuff right, and what to be doing better in life in order to get to where you want to be financially. In this week's video, we're not really even going to talk about money. We're going to talk about what you need to do or what needs to be done, in order to be successful with money. And the first and foremost thing to do is to define your goal. We all know people who kind of ramble through life, or they just kind of drift. Maybe they're not drifters per se, but they kind of want to do this or they kind of want to do that, and they don't really have a defined, discrete goal. A good way to put this, or a good thing that I hear a lot, to use an example here, is people saying they want to be rich or they want to be wealthy. Well, the problem with either one of these is that they're abstract. What the hell does wealthy mean? What the heck does rich mean? Okay? It'd be better to say, I want to be a millionaire. I want to have a $1 million net worth. I would say that's a bad goal. Why? Because $1 million is not enough. Okay? If you thought $1 million was enough, here's your wake-up call. $1 million net worth is not enough. Okay? Not for somebody living in the United States today. It doesn't matter if you live in the Midwest, where we are, in Ohio, where we are. $1 million is not enough. Certainly not enough in California, and so on. But somebody who says they want to have $1 million net worth, and that's their goal, is way ahead of somebody who doesn't have a goal at all. They might be making good money. How many times do you know people who are making good money, but they're living paycheck to paycheck? I know people who are making six figures, and they live paycheck to paycheck. If their income stopped tomorrow, they would be screwed, okay? They have maybe 10 grand in the bank account, if that. Maybe they're putting some money away into a 401k that their employer has. Maybe they're dependent on their, eventual Social Security, if it's there when it's time to retire, which if you're young like me, I don't trust the government will have it there. But this is the importance of defining your goal, okay? Where do you want to be? Here's what I would say is a decent starting point. You adjust it however you want to do. I'll throw this out there. I'd say make your goal $3 million net worth. Better yet, not a net worth goal, but a cash flow goal. And there's a lot of reasons that I go with cash flow instead of net worth, okay? And let's define cash flow. Cash flow is the money coming into you. It's the income, your income, monthly income. So for example, right now, if you're a single individual and you're working, you probably only have one cash flow, one stream of income coming to you a month, right? If you make $100,000 a year, that means your cash flow per month is $8,300 a month, okay? You have one stream. Your goal should be to have multiple different streams and maybe replace that. My goal would be I want to have $3 million net worth, and I want to have $8,300 per month coming in from 4 different income streams, okay? This is an example. My goals are different than that, but it's an example. Take that as a starting point and change from there. Very, very important to have this discrete goal, because if you don't have a discrete goal, you're going to be drifting. You're going to come to me and you're going to be like, Steven, I want to be wealthy. And I'm going to look at you and I'm going to say, you never watched the video. You probably aren't following what we're saying, what we're talking about here at Prospective Capital. And we need to get to that point first, because otherwise everything else is a moot point. So thing number 1, have a discrete goal. You want help with that? Make a comment in the comments below. Be happy to reach out to you and try and help you with that. After you get a discrete goal, of what you want, the most difficult thing, which is the most difficult thing no matter what you're doing in life, is being consistent and disciplined. Most people fail in achieving their goals, not because they lack knowledge, ability, resources, any of that. Most people fail in achieving their discrete, defined goals because either they didn't have a discrete, defined goal, or they lack consistency and discipline. Great example of this is fitness. How hard is it for people to stick to their flippin' fitness goals? Planet Fitness has made a multi-billion-dollar business off this. I'm going to pull up how much Planet Fitness is worth. I think they're a publicly traded company. Market cap of Planet PLN Fitness. Let's see, market cap. Planet Fitness is worth $5.2 billion, $5.25 billion. Most of that is off of capitalizing off of people who cannot stay committed to the goal over time. Planet Fitness is not for it's not a gym for gym enthusiasts. It's a marketing thing. That's why when you watch the New Year's Eve ball drop or whatever in Times Square, Planet Fitness sponsors it. Everybody's New Year's resolution, they're good on their discrete goal. I want to get fit this year. Probably actually they're bad on the discrete goal. They know they want to get fit, okay. That's an abstract goal, okay. What does fit look like? If they're 180 pounds, maybe they want to be 160. Okay, you want to lose 20 pounds, okay. How do you lose 20 pounds? Eat healthy. What is that? Get discreet on what that looks like. Okay. No more Funyuns. No more Wendy's. No more McDonald's. And go to the gym and do workouts. How many days a week? At what time? Okay. Now they know what the discrete goal is. They know how to shoot at it. They have all of the information and resources to hit that. Their job now is to be consistent and disciplined. This is where most people fail. Consistency and discipline. In any area of life, could be fitness, definitely happens in finance, in terms of their money, and that's why they fail. Here's the example. New Year's Eve. Planet Fitness is all over. It's Times Square, ball drops. Everybody has these New Year's resolutions. It's January 1st, the next day. You go to the gym, you're going to work out. You're a person who goes to the gym a lot. Guess what? Gym is packed. Everybody has their New Year's resolutions. They get started. Sweet, cool, whatever. Month of January goes by. Gym's packed all the way through January. Get to February. Gym is still packed, not quite as much though. Get to March, moderately packed. April, back to normal. Everybody who had New Year's, or 90% of the people who had New Year's resolutions to get, quote, fit this year, whatever the heck that means, they're gone. It is probably faster than that. It's 12 months in a year, and probably 50% of the people give up after the first month. After the first month, they give up on their goal. You know, they can't stay consistent. Yeah, it's very hard to do one thing every week for an entire year, 52 weeks of the year. Very, very, very difficult to do that. But it's not hard. It's not a lack of knowledge or really ability. It's just consistency and discipline. So bring it into your finances. Let's talk about how simple it is, okay? How simple is it to get wealthy? If you're a young person, dude, there is no excuse for you not to be super wealthy by the time you're in your 60s, okay? No excuse. Here's why. $25,000. You're 25 years old. If you can make 10% a year, which, let me tell you what, isn't super challenging. But if you can consistently make 10% a year on this $25,000 and you're 25 years old, by the time you're 65, that $25,000, one-time investment of $25,000 is $1.1 million. You want to have $2 million? Put $50K in. $3 million? $75K. $4 million, and so on. One time. The hard part is you've got to get to 25. The next difficult thing is you've got to forget about and leave the $25,000 invested. Because it won't look very pretty the first 5 years. It's not going to be crazy amounts of money. It's going to small little bits. Year 10, it's going to start to look cool. Year 20 is really going to start to look cool. And then it starts getting tempting. Ooh, maybe I should get a car. No. Maybe I should buy a house with this money. No. Because if you leave that money in there and it's making 10%, okay, even if it's $25,000, if it makes 10%, by the time it's 1.1 million, that 1.1 million is paying you $110,000 a year of passive income. Nothing about that formula is very difficult. Nothing. The difficult part is not messing with it, okay? Finding this 10%, okay? I want to outperform 10% personally, and I have, okay? I want to help other people do that as well. Why? Because it's boring and not very pleasurable to go it alone. Actually, it's worse to go it alone. You know what makes it easier? having a partner, having a group, having a team. If you want to go far, have a team. If you want to go fast, go alone, right? You've all heard that before. Anyways, the whole point of this video is probably like a 10 or 12 minute video. Isn't even beginning to talk about money, okay? It's basic things to be successful in life. You gotta have a discrete goal. If you're gonna go to the gym, if you wanna get quote unquote fit is not a goal. A certain weight, a certain body mass index, a certain ability to run a mile in a certain amount of time. Those are discrete goals when it comes to fitness. When it comes to relationships, here's another example. What do you want out of a relationship? Define where you're going. So when it comes to finances, when it comes to your money, define where you're going. Being wealthy is not a goal. Being rich is not a goal. $1 million net worth is not a good goal. A cash value, honestly, isn't a good goal. A better goal is a cash flow goal. And here's why. Here's a real example. Here's why I'm so big on having a cash flow goal, not just a cash net worth goal. When I was, a couple of years ago, when I was younger, I wanted to buy a house, okay? And I wanted to get this house using a 30-year conventional home loan because amortization table is 30 years, fixed rate, okay, technicalities, details. Anyways, the interest rate was better. I had like 3 times the amount of cash in the bank or in investment accounts as the value of the loan I was trying to borrow. Because most of my money came from capital gains at that point in time, which is not showing up as cash flow, the bank said I didn't have enough cash flow. I didn't have enough income to service the debt or something like that. They didn't feel comfortable. Even though in the bank, I had 3 times or 4 times the value of the loan. Meaning I could have paid cash for the frickin' thing, okay? There's a reason I didn't do that. We'll talk about that in a different video. There's the difference between equity and debt. Which one's worth more, okay? Different video, this example. Because I had a cash value that was big, but it didn't have a huge amount of cash flow, they wouldn't give me the loan. I eventually got a loan through a different way and whatever, wasn't as cool, wasn't as nice, but that's a great example of why you need cash flow. A bank will lend on cash flow, they won't lend on cash, okay, generally. When you get to retirement, in retirement it doesn't have to be 65. Why would you wait until you're older and can't go and do the things you want to do to be making the type of money that enables you, passively, that enables you to go do that? That's dumb. In my opinion, that's dumb. You don't have to do that, okay? What I want to do and what I want to help other people do is have multiple streams of passive income, okay? So once I changed from going to getting this pile of money to having a net worth goal to having a cash flow goal, guess what? I hit the cash flow goals. Now, I can borrow money. I can go buy things. The bank will lend to me on that. And the bank's going to lend at a lower rate than what my money's worth. My money is worth more money than what the bank is lending to me. That's important in all facets of life, right? I'm not giving up any of my principal. I'm getting paid by my principal, and now I can go do things. For example, this year I went to Montana, took a trip. It was like a 14-day trip, took 2 weeks off. Because I have the passive income coming in from these investments, I can go take this trip. I was still getting paid, still making money when I was in Glacier National Park. Pretty cool. I think that's pretty cool. That's what I encourage other people to do. That's what I think you need to do. It gets harder and harder to do that every year because people start figuring that out. That's what they're supposed to do. Unfortunately, not enough people do that. Right now, the market's very challenging to do that and stuff like that. Anyways, I'm going to wrap this video up. But the point of the video, if you have questions, comments, anything like that, put it in the comments down below. I'll try to get back to it, try to help you out if I can. Set your goals, man. You got to be discreet. Being wealthy is not a goal. Being rich is not a goal. I don't know what the hell that means. It means different things to different people. And then consistency. It is very hard to be consistent. If you can do those 2 things, set goals and be consistent on the things you need to do to execute those goals, dude, you can do whatever you want, and you will have no problem with making a crap ton of money. So anyways, that's all for this week's video. Next week I'll have something out, and we'll get talking into more details about money, because the first part about money and making money, which we can get into the details on that, is not really about money. It's about basic disciplines, basic principles that get you there, and that's what should guide everything from that point on. So we'll get to those things, get to some more technicalities in next week's video. Hopefully you liked this. If you did, give me a thumbs up, tell me in the comments, did a good job, whatever, and I'll see you next week.